for living.
That's right.
While they're in the course of their education. How many brothers or sisters would refrain from a life of crime if their needs were met by government? You know, really, good government is defined biblically, Pastor. When Jesus posed the question of those around him, that when he was hungry, would they feed him? When he was naked, would they clothe him?
That's right.
If he was homeless, would they shelter him? And if they were true at heart, then when they answered him, they said, well, good master, when were you hungry and we didn't feed you?
That's what they say.
I'm paraphrasing. When were you naked and we didn't clothe you? When were you in need and we didn't help you? He said, well, inasmuch as you haven't done these things for the least of these, my brethren,
That's right.
you haven't done it for me.
Right.
In other words, the role and view of good government is one that provides services for the poor.
That's right.
That provides a way to prosperity for the poor.
That's right.
So rather than these programs where, you know, when I got to Cal State University, it cost $172 a semester for a full-time student. I was shocked when I learned you have to pay thousands to go to Cal State for a semester now. They're cutting them out now. They're finding every excuse to cut the rolls at Cal State, cut the rolls at UC. They've increased the fees in the community colleges, and as a result, we can no longer afford a decent education.
Think about it. Right.
All these are state policies.
Yeah.
So when we say that all roads lead to Sacramento, always remember, as California goes, so goes the nation.
That's right.
So we're intent that by late January, early February, that we want to be in Sacramento presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice.
Okay. Right.
We're not going to harm anybody, we're going to guide somebody.
Right.
Since they declared that this is a representative democracy, then come on now, do some representing.
Right.
Come on.
Go ahead.
We in the hood need some representing.
That's right.
And the beauty of it is, because Mayor Dellums is there in Oakland, he's like the granddaddy of all black elected officials.
That's right.
He called a meeting. And in that meeting, a team of elected officials came, and it turned out like all of them were his former employees. State Assemblyman Sandra Swanson, who's now the chairman of the statewide Congressional Black Caucus. Sister Congressperson Barbara Lee, now the national chair of the Black Caucus. In other words, all these elements are tying together, and all of them have the ear of the President-elect of the United States, because Barbara Lee was the first of the Black Caucus to endorse the campaign of Barack Obama. So now's the time to push for policy change. Now's the time that we set our sights. With the words of Frederick Douglass, that power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did, and it never will. But I heard a wise man once say, but your demand must be backed by power.
Right.
And as a result of the backing of power, that's why the district attorney came out and flipped the script and started explaining his process.
That's right.
As a result of power, that's why the state attorney general stepped in and said he's going to bring some oversight.
Come on, man.
As a result of power, I'm told today the federal government has stepped in and said they're going to send in their independent view so that the case of Oscar Grant should meet with justice. Pressure is coming from all sides.
Come on with it.
By tomorrow, we want the world to know that that DA, his record of convicting law enforcement officers that are wrong, here in Oakland, the city has to pay out millions of dollars in lawsuits from police brutality cases, but not one officer has been convicted in a trial where the DA was bringing charges. He must have brought a weak argument. Maybe he don't need to be a DA. He needs to find a way to get us our third strike. He couldn't even catch the rioters. These rogue police who set up and beat up folk all over West Oakland, and then they were so guilty, one of them got out of the country and never came back.
Right.
They must have been guilty.
That's right.
He couldn't find a conviction. It was like Rodney King all over again.
All over again.
They couldn't find a conviction. We think we need to recall.
Yes, sir.
We need a new district attorney.
Yes, sir.
In the coming weeks, town halls will continue all over the area as we organize and set our sights on Sacramento.
Right.
That's right.
Policies must be changed while we're in the season of change. And as Brother
Let's
Yusuf
do it.
said,
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
you don't know, the time window could be limited.
That's right.
That's why our brother Obama had to get the most heavily armored vehicle that any president has ever had.
Come on.
Right.
It's called the beast.
We're praying for his safety,
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Amen.
but we're working to accomplish the kind of change that he ran for president to gain.
Right.
Right.
And it doesn't come from the top down.
Come on.
It comes from the people up.
That's
Right.
right.
So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Saturday, we're following up in our town hall process to bring justice in the case of Oscar Grant and push our effort forward. We'll meet in Oakland at the Olivet Missionary Baptist Church at 4 o'clock. That's at 807 27th Street in Oakland, near downtown. That's the Olivet Missionary Baptist Church, 807 27th Street in Oakland, 94612, hosted by the Reverend Gordon Humphrey. And so I want to thank you for your time and attention. May God bless you. I give the program back to Brother Fred. And please give him a big round.